Hey everyone, this is Sakshi, and I heartily welcome you all to Books with Sakshi. I make bookish content regularly on my channel, and if you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing. And it is after a very long time that I'm uploading something new on my channel, and I've already uploaded a vlog on Wednesday. So if you are someone who is interested in watching a reading vlog, then definitely go ahead and watch that video. In today's video, I'm going to review and recommend you an amazing travelogue. So if you're someone who is interested in traveling and knowing about someone's journey, then make sure you watch this video until the very end. The book which I have for recommendation today is Inner Trek, A Reluctant Pilgrim in the Himalayas, which is written by author Mohan Rangarao. It's a travelogue written by him where he has described everything about his journey to Kailash Mansarovar. It's a very holy place, and reading this book was such a wholesome experience for me because I like traveling myself. If you are a travel enthusiast and you would really like to experience something on a wholesome level just by sitting at home reading a book, because situation outside is still not under control and people are really scared to travel, though people are traveling, but still there are people who are scared. And if you want to experience how it feels like when someone goes to Kailash Mansarovar and whatever takes place there, then I guess this is the book that you should be reading, because this is not just about the external change that happens in an individual, but it's also the change that takes place within. And I'm going to tell you a few more things about this book so that you have a clear idea about it. In the description box, I'll add the link to buy this book. If you're interested, go ahead and get this book for yourself. So, like I have already mentioned, this is a travelogue and this is not a fiction, but this is all based on real life events that the author has shared. So the book starts when author faces some business conflicts and his wife Mamta actually prays that if all of this gets sorted, they are going to make a trip to Mount Kailash. And as you can already imagine, the whole conflict the author was immersed in got sorted, and he was finally out of that terrible situation. And but still, he was quite reluctant initially to make a trip to Kailash Mansarovar. Finally, he agreed with his religious wife, who was so determined to visit Mount Kailash, and that's how that's where the book exactly starts. So the author has shared each and everything, and when I say each and everything, I mean each and everything. For those who don't know, let me tell you, Kailash Mansarovar is not an easy trip to make. There are only few fortunate people who are able to make this trip happily and smoothly, because some of them there, due to less oxygen, fall sick. And it's very natural because our bodies are not adapted to that kind of an environment, and the worst case that can happen is someone dying. And people even think twice before making such trips, and so it wasn't an easy peasy trip for the author as well as his wife, but thankfully they did not suffer much. But there were people on the same trip whose trip wasn't that smooth, and the author has also mentioned about few incidents of how some people just fell sick and what all they had to go through. So that was one thing that sort of scared me, because this is something that I was not expecting. As I mentioned earlier, that the author has mentioned each and everything. He has also mentioned about all the facilities. And so I was expecting that, there are going to be top class facilities, since there are so many people who are actually doing this. But I was so wrong. I don't think so that the facilities were up to the mark, and they weren't even decent according to what I read in this book. And this was like a long time back, so I don't know about current situation if the facilities have been improved or not. But while reading this book, the facilities were so cheap. Cheap won't be the right word, but they weren't even sufficient to what a normal human being actually requires for a decent comfort that they are seeking. And facilities related to, like, washroom and clean water and food, and the place they are living in, sleeping, and etc. And everything about them has also been mentioned So this is like, your complete guide where the author takes you through everything. He's, talking about his journey, about his experience, about the people he's meeting, about, whatever is happening over there, about his, opinion about certain things. And lastly, he is also talking about the inner change that is happening gradually as he's proceeding in his journey. Lastly, the author believes experience something from himself rather than believing what others say. And this was something that I could actually resonate with, because I believe in the same. And so he wasn't believing in everything that was being, told to them. So he was like, going around and experiencing things himself. And so that was quite a good factor in this book. Another thing that really impressed me in this book is sense of humor, because travelogues, I guess, would be really boring with all the technical information and where they are going and what they are doing, etc., if there is no or negligible sense of humor. But there in this book is like a lot of sense of humor, and so I was actually enjoying it a lot for that matter. Lastly, if I talk about the writing style is very easy, so everyone can read this book easily. If you ever want to visit Kailash Mansarovar, or if you just want to have general idea of how it is there and what it feels like to be there, then I guess this is the best book that I've come across that you should be reading. If you want to understand things better, the language is pretty easy and you won't have any difficulty, and there's like a lot of new things that you're going to discover in this book. And when something is told from someone's personal experience, I guess it makes so much of sense, and those things feel more trustworthy than something that we just randomly read online. So that is it about today's video, and I really hope you enjoyed watching this. If you would be interested in reading this book, then definitely go ahead and get this book for yourself. The book is available on Amazon, and you can get it, read it, even gift it to your friends and family members, and enjoy it together. And so I'll see you in the upcoming videos. Until next time, take care. Happy reading.